Hi everyone. I hope I'm live already. Yeah. Hi everyone. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I'm a little bit late than normal. I really struggled to get moving today. So I'll give it a few minutes. I need to post to Twitter and Patreon, or not Patreon, Discord real quick and wait for people to come in. I'm just opening the Discord. By the way, anybody who's watching replay or anything, I do have a Discord channel. Check it out in the description. You can join. It's totally free to join and everyone is welcome. You can also get alerts when I do like post stuff there, so pretty neat. Okay, posted on Discord. Let's see. I just found out like a few minutes ago it's Friday the 13th and I was like, whoa. That's pretty neat. Okay, all done. I did at least post to Instagram before I started the stream. But it's already kind of hard because I don't like to lie and say I'm live when I actually haven't pressed the live button. You know what I mean? Two, three. Okay, so I want to work on, ooh, yeah, we need this to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to be working on lining, I think, and these are the two that we have left to line, so I just need to decide which one to do first. If anybody has any suggestions which one they'd like to see me do first, let me know. We have the plant witch, which is this one, and the kitchen witch. I mean, I need to link both of them, but, you know, which one would you like to see first? As an update, I thought I'd show you guys real quick. These are all finished. So this is what I'm calling the Demon Witch. And I finished her line arts completely. I also went over and like thickened some lines where it needed to be thickened. I haven't erased yet though, but that's how the line art turned out. Looks good. I think the trickiest thing with this character was her face, because like I really want this expression to come through, but I think it's like very tiny, like subtle details in the way her eyes are shaped in her mouth that can really disappear when you transfer something. So I was very, very careful. I did the transfer very carefully, and then afterwards, when I was finished the transfer, I'm gonna turn down this music a little bit. Wait, where's my mouse? Sorry guys, it's just a little loud. So afterwards, when I finish a transfer, a trick I like to do is I put the sketch next to it, like I'm doing here, and just compare to see if there was anything lost. So like, that was good for this one because after I compared side by side, I realized that when I transferred it, the shape of the upper eye area here was too high. Wait, there's something weird going on with my video. Open widget, what is this? Let me refresh. It's saying something like this stream's no good. I hope by refreshing it's still live. Not receiving enough video. What does that mean? Okay, guys, sorry if the video is going to be choppy because I'm getting weird error messages from YouTube. Okay, I was saying that I after I transfer, I look at the sketch side by side to see what's missing. And that was good because even though I was very careful transferring her face, I noticed that a little bit of the eye shape was a little too high, which took away a lot of this like expression. So I just lowered the eye shape a little bit to give her more of a mischievous look, and I think it looks really good. I'm happy that I was able to do that. So that's all done and waiting. We need to do color studies, and then we can move on with that. And then this is the sketch of this one. This is the first witch. I'm not sure what I was calling her. She's just like the youngest witch. Maybe the apprentice witch, we could call it. And I took some time to add more line weight to her. We actually finished her completely in the last stream. And I just went through off stream and added some line weight. You can especially see it in the trees to add some weight in between the branches, so you kind of see where they're coming from. It's kind of funny. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, which I don't think it'll matter later, but I got so excited adding tree limbs that this limb just comes out of nowhere. Do you see it? Like, it's not going anywhere. But I don't think it's gonna matter as much once I because I intend to have these, sorry, I have a hiccup. I intend to have these branches like mostly black. That's at least the plan right now, so I don't think it'll be super noticeable, but it's kind of funny. You have to be careful. I can see it here too. This is the one. I guess it was supposed to be from this branch just going out in a different direction, but it doesn't quite make sense because it's too thick to have come off of this, but it's just funny. It's fine though. I know there was another one, but I cannot for the life of me find it. I must have put her down somewhere. Like the first one. But it's fine, because if I can't find it, I'll just redo her. She was really easy. So we have the plant witch and the kitchen witch. Which one do I want to work on? Hi, Karina. Welcome, welcome. Sorry I'm a little late. I really had a really slow start today, but happy Friday the 13th. Welcome to the stream. Although it'll be Friday the 13th for you tomorrow. But it's Friday here. Isn't that a funny day? It's just like a funny day that when it pops up, it's like, oh, okay. So we're thinking about inking one of these two. I just have to decide which one. Do you have any vote? Which one would you like to see inked first? I'm not sure. Either is fine, really. They kind of were created simultaneously, so I can't go by seniority. I love Friday the 13th, yeah? Sorry, drinking water noises. Do you have any Friday the 13th traditions. I don't do anything. I got excited by it when I was like into Monster High before, because sometimes they would release something interesting on Friday the 13th. But they didn't uphold that after like 1 year. It's such a shame. Would have been something really cool for them to do every year. Maybe we'll do the Kitchen Witch. There's more tight angles for me to use a ruler. So if my hand's shaky, it's a little bit easier. And let me know if the video is okay, because I had this weird message earlier that YouTube was saying it didn't have enough video. I was like, what? I don't know how to fix that. But usually it says excellent connection all the way, so it's super weird. Excellent collection. 13 is my lucky number. Oh yeah? That's awesome. New tradition, yeah. I know people get really superstitious. It's kind of sad. When I was younger, I was volunteering at like a pet shelter for a while. And they would always get very anxious at Friday the 13th, and they wouldn't allow any black cats to be adopted that day. Which is very sad. I think around Halloween too, they wouldn't let any black cats be adopted. Because they don't know if these people would do something to them. Okay, so I'm gonna start by doing the usual rubber eraser thing. You kind of make a sausage, which is something I learned from another artist here on YouTube. And then you roll it over the drawing to pick up extra graphite, so it makes it a lot easier when you do the line art. This one's one of my more detailed ones. It's a lot of little bits to ink. And I've been using my Lightpad because it makes it a little bit easier to transfer. I kind of look at the guide of the sketch that's below, which helps me to make less mistakes, I've noticed. I really like this method. And frankly, I have completely gone blind when it comes to doing artwork. Like, I'm so out of the practice of doing YouTube videos that I really need things to be on an angle in order to see them, if you know what I mean. That's why I mean I have gone blind. Because when it's flat on the table, you usually put the artwork flat on the table to do a good video shot for YouTube. But when I do that now, I like literally cannot see anything, and it just makes huge mistakes. And I'm trying to be more careful with my artwork and make less mistakes, so I'm more proud of the final result. So I hope you guys don't mind the weird angle, but it's really helping me. Look at that graphite. It's picking up a lot. And to clean it with a rubber eraser, you just knead it like that. Unfortunately for Halloween, it was more crazy people would sacrifice black cats, which is sad. Yeah, that was the issue. They would protect the black cats around that time, which always made me super sad, because I'm like, people are disgusting. Black cats are beautiful. It's really sad when you go to adopt a cat too, because they'll try to push the black cats really hard. They tried to push the black cats on me really hard last time. But the thing is, I had a black cat when I was younger, and it makes me really sad to see them. So I just couldn't. I really wanted, actually for me, it wasn't even color. It was the personality. I really wanted to find a very chill cat. So that's how we found Bailey. I think that's what a lot of people do wrong when they adopt pets. They never look for the right personality to match their lifestyle. And then they just complain the cat's a jerk all the time. It's like, he's not a jerk, he's just playful. You didn't want a playful cat, but you didn't make sure of that before you got a cat. Like, my husband and I are really chill people. What is this? We like to like relax. So we wanted a more relaxed cat, and luckily we found her. So how was everyone's week? Did they find anything interesting? Or did you find anything interesting? I do want to adopt one, a name it Matcha. Oh, that's so cute. That's great. You guys have so many cats already. You're still looking? That's so awesome. I wish we could get more cats than just the one, but our apartments create pretty small. So it kind of sucks. We don't really have the ability to squeeze in one more. Oh, my cats have been chill. Yeah, that's awesome. Chill cats are the best cats. Although playful cats are also cute too. My cat will not play. She will just lay there and let you do all the work. She just wants to bite and kick it. She doesn't want to like chase it. And she doesn't like a non-fair fight. Like, it has to be advantage her or she's not playing. Like if the toy is too big, she's like, nah. Okay, I'm just kneading away the extra graphite. A lot of graphite pulled up from this one. You can see the difference. I mean, if you have rewind, you can rewind a little bit and you'll see it's quite a bit lighter. And it's not picking up any more graphite, so that's all the extra graphite that was on the paper. So yeah, my week was... Well, what was my week anyway? I don't know. I feel like nothing happened. I've been hit with like crazy fatigue this week. I think it's like the low iron thing catching out to me. But otherwise I've been feeling better, so that's good. I've been watching less US news, that's good. I want at least 5 total, but I'm not allowed to bring in more cats. That's why when I move out, I'll get them. Aw, it's so cute. So you've been really tired, Lily? Yeah, you too? Wow. You know what's weird? Sometimes I'll have like feelings and I look online and other people are talking about having the same thing and I'm just like, whoa. Is this a conspiracy theory? Why is everyone feeling the same way at the same time? Or maybe it's just all the news and stuff getting to everybody. Time of year, that kind of thing. Oh, my sister sent me a package with like some stuffing, some stovetop stuffing, so that we could have it for Thanksgiving. So that was really nice. But I was super anxious about opening it because it came from the US, and I made sure to be very careful in wiping everything down. But she also wiped it down before she sent it to me, so that was good. You know, in Singapore, they sell a lot of American things at the grocery stores here. Especially certain, like, specialty grocery stores. But it's so funny, because when I asked my sister to send me something, somehow it's, like, 100 times fresher than what I get from the stores here. Like, what the heck? I'm guessing it's something to do with the process of importing and exporting. It's not like it's expired when I get it locally. It's just somehow when she sends it, it's like a billion times fresher. So weird. Like they keep all the good stuff for US only. Maybe. It's crazy how fast this year is. I know! What happened to October? I got sick and then it's just over. It was just over. And now we're in November. And I'm trying not to care about the fact that I was hoping this was over by now, these drawings, but we're just gonna have to do it one at a time. Not worry about this time. I should do some warm up. Sorry, warm up. Where's the page? There's a scribble page. Oh, I put some color on this for fun. The other day I was like really wanting to ink, but my hand was too tired. So I just slapped some color really quick on this. She needs more. She needs more. But I thought it looked pretty cute. I mean, I'm not fully loving the colors, but it's a sketchbook. I kept telling myself over and over again, you don't have to super love it. You're supposed to experiment. I kept myself from making it too fancy by keeping the sketch lines in so that it always remains a sketch. I really kind of think I should get a sketchbook that's like this shape but longer, because a lot of times my characters become too squished. I wonder if they have anything like that. Where is the scratchy page? Oh, there it is. Scratchy page acquired. I think I created this paper because I had a pen. Oh yeah, I had a pen that was going bad. You have like ghost scribbles here. I was trying to revive it. You know how sometimes you have to rub some kind of gunk off the nib for it to work properly? That's why this scratchy page was created. Probably a Copic pen. So I'm just like getting my arm used to moving. Yeah, I wish I could ink this quickly. That would be crazy. I love when I see people who are like super good at inking. They just do a line like that and they're done. It's like, oh, I cannot do that. It's amazing to see though. Hopefully we have another good inking day. Last week was a really good inking day. That went really well. It's also good to just use shapes that you know you'll be doing, like lip shapes or hip shapes, curves. Just get used to it again. Okay, let's give it a try. Ruler. Start with the ruler parts. The ruler parts are easy. What was that sound? Let's see. I did remember that I ordered replacement shells and buttons for my Switch. I want to try to customize it from being gray to like blue, pink buttons. Ooh, I heard that's really hard to do. Good luck. I'd love to see it when you're finished. You could post it in the Discord. If you ever get time for it. One line down. Where's this line? Oh, the horizon line. Okay. Me trying to remember what my drawing is all about. Okay. I feel like this part in general, even if you want to use dip pens for the rest, you should really use multiliners for, because it just goes so much faster. Since you don't have to wait for the ink to dry so much before you move. I've seen a lot of artists post about seasonal depression, so maybe that's also a thing. I don't know if it's a thing here. I don't think the season has changed here. Hopefully I can do it soon. Yeah! I'd love to see it, but I know how things are, so no rush. Still welcome to see it anytime on Discord. Even if it's a year from now. Still love to see it. Okay. This has been going pretty good. I am surprised. What is this book? So in Singapore we had a holiday it's not even a holiday, it's like a sales event called 11/11. I don't know why I call it a holiday. And I'm just so glad it's over because the advertising for it was driving me freaking crazy. A lot of the sale websites had created little jingles and were like advertising it 2 and 3 times per commercial break on the news. It was driving me absolutely crazy. Apparently this book became black. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of places decided to do little jingles. I keep playing it. It's super annoying though because the same company who kept advertising themselves so heavily, they also own the grocery store that I buy from online. They have it, you know, and have it delivered. And they went and made sales for the groceries, which is so stupid because now the delivery slots are used up for the whole week. And they have like items in stock like hand soap, which I need to buy. And I can't get a delivery slot. So it's like it's there, but nobody can buy it. And it's just like, why did you go and overload yourself? Now it'll be like a few weeks before they're back to normal. Kind of annoying. What is the deal with hand soap though? I heard other people mention it in other countries as well. It's like the only thing I suddenly can't get. I can get masks, I can get hand sanitizer, but hand soap, no. There's no hand soap. And when it does come in, it gets sold out like instantly. It's so annoying. What about you guys? Do you have any trouble buying hand soap over there? We got our, just as an update, I know I'm holding it at weird angles, so you might not be able to tell. So we have our like horizon line kind of thing for the room. We have the table done, and I'm starting on these shelves. Anything that needs a ruler is what I'm doing first. This one's kind of a riskier. Probably the whole wash your hands for 20 seconds. My husband said it's because people never, those people never buy it, so now they suddenly have to buy it. I'm like, come on, that's not true. It's just a funny joke, but I'm sure people wash their hands. I know, I mean, I definitely am using more hand soap than I used to use, for sure. Because, like, when I get something in, like groceries or takeout food or whatever, I end up washing my hands like 4 or 5 times as I unpack and clean everything. I know my hands have definitely suffered. Use a lot more moisturizer too. Into this book. I've been starting to think about the fairies I wanted to start on already. Now wondering if I should do them traditionally or digitally. Kind of torn because I like coloring things traditionally more. I think the color always looks better. But sometimes it's easier to get things perfect when you do them digitally. It's so weird though, because like I never would have had this conversation a few years ago. Ooh. Is it okay? I just like scratched the paper with this ruler. Oh, if later I can't get a straight line over there, that's why. Darn it. Nope, not confident with that line. I can't tell if we are short on anything. Oh, how has the weather been over there? Been burning my candles, keep my house smell nice and warm. Oh, that sounds so nice. We had a lot of sun or like cloudy days, but I think the weather is about normal of how you expect it in Singapore. It's usually kind of hot, mostly sunny. No big change. The only times we have changes is like, every once in a while we'll get hit with a cold front, which sucks. Because it'll feel like autumn in the US and I'm just not prepared for it. And then we sometimes have like rainy season, monsoon season, where it just like rains every day. Sometimes a lot. I think the worst is when it rains at night, overnight. Because then the water gets super cold. But yeah, mostly normal. No big change. Right now it's a sunny day. I don't go out enough to know if it's like extra hot or anything. The only thing that was bothering me recently was the air had turned quite bad the last few days. So I couldn't open the windows. Oh, sure. My pen skipped a little bit. Let me see if I can show it to you guys. I don't know if it'll focus, but see there's an extra line right here. It's not gonna focus. Darn it. So annoying. It'll probably be fine. It probably won't even be noticed later when I color. But yeah, I was saying sometimes we have bad air because I think it's like factory stuff that kind of blows over from Malaysia. That's what the rumor has been. And the air just gets like really chemically and gives me a headache. That doesn't happen throughout the whole of Singapore. It's just like the area where I live. So me and my husband have already kind of discussed that we would move to another area in the future. But not anytime soon because we can't just afford to move anyhow. It's not very common to move a lot in Singapore. Okay, this is supposed to be a book on its side, but I just realized like I need to put a little bit extra to show the book cover. Okay, now I'm doing the rest of the books. I did write in little titles here, which are going to be so fun to ink. I'm not even sure if I can read them anymore. I was looking at buying ink for my printer because like it's just been a while since I bought any ink, and I've already started in on the set of ink that I have. I'd like to have some backups, but it's so expensive. Every time I go to buy ink, I'm just like, isn't there a better way? So I was watching some videos of alternatives because I used to use alternatives when I was younger, living in the US. I used to print more things, so I've tried all of them. I've tried like the, what do they call it? OEM cartridges that you just pop in, and sometimes those leak, so it's a pain in the butt. And then I've tried the ink refills with the liquid inks, which my husband used to buy for me here in Singapore and then ship over. But there was a lot of people recommending precision inks for my printer, and I was looking into it, but I was kind of shocked when I saw the price because it's like $100 for a set, like a kit. And the ink cartridges that are the original ink cartridges, one set is like $100 too. And they're like, you have to use the original cartridges. So it's like, okay, so I'd have to invest like $200, which is like $400 Sing dollars just to like get started by getting new fresh original ink cartridge, and then also getting the refill ink. And just like, oh crap, that's a lot of work. I don't print that often anymore. Still kind of thinking about it. My husband was like, maybe I can find something here. But last time we were at the Sim Lim Square, I actually asked ink, like those bottle ink sellers, if they had something for my printer, and they said no. So I'm not sure if it exists here. The other problem is, like, I'm not sure if I can ship that kind of thing here because it's liquid. And last few times they had a problem with me sending my sister, like, Korean face care supplies, like creams and stuff. They were like, no cream, so I had to lie and say it wasn't a cream. It's so annoying. Hi Photoshop, how are you? Welcome, welcome. How is your day going? I had to switch to my computer. Oh, that's okay. Take your time. We'll be here for a while. I've just started inking this, and we've just gotten the lines with the ruler done. I may work my excuse me, Thor, can you behave? Excuse me. Don't know what's going on. It's probably allergies getting in my way. I might work from bottom up this time. Just do the background first. Sometimes the one bad thing about this A4 light pad is it's just like this 9x12 paper doesn't fully fit. I may do the baskets first. These scary curves I don't want to get wrong. I'll pop on this to make sure the lines are matching up. Oh, and for anyone curious, because I don't think I said it, I'm using the Touch liner by Shinhan Art, and this one's a 0.1. I really need to update. I've been really slacking when it comes to the YouTube thumbnails for the live streams. I'm so sorry. I need to update them, take photos, and I need to update the like Amazon list below. I've been struggling a bit. I haven't really paid attention to that during the week when I should be. I put it on my list. I've been using the what are they called? The reminders on my iPad a lot. Oh wow, that's super washed out. Sorry guys, let me turn off this light maybe. There we go. I've been using the reminders a lot to do things around the house, like things I might forget to do, like wash my Bailey's water fountain, or like wash the dish tray in the kitchen, that kind of thing. And I also put like schedule the stream, and I recently put like take the thumbnails for the YouTube live streams on the list so that I get reminded. So funny, but it's actually quite useful. Okay. Should really put this paper down. It's kind of funny how the older you get, your to-do list is like kind of weird things, like just cleaning. But that's just how it gets. Oh, there's this new Sailor Moon Kuji out, and it just arrived in Singapore. And I only know one of the shops said they have it, but I'm hoping the other shop either gets it or has it. I hope they haven't like had it already and it's sold out. So I really want to play, but I also don't have time to send my husband down to play it for me. He's like afraid to play it because he always comes home with like the not nice prizes, like when he plays it. But the one time I played it, I got A right away. So he says I have better luck. But I'm like, come on. It's all luck. I think those kojis are like one of my favorite things about living in Singapore because they have them. If you're not sure what a koji is, it's like a lottery. You go to a store that has the lottery and it's like, I think it's one big box with like a bunch of tickets, and then you just pick out one ticket and you open it up and it gives you a number with the prize, and like A is the best prize, and then B, C, down to like F is usually like the not as nice prize. And you have to pay per ticket, so it's kind of like gambling. You end up being like, one more. I'm sure I'll get it next. It's kind of awful, but it's also kind of fun. And then there's this prize if you buy like the last ticket. It's like the last prize. Extra freebie. Usually you end up buying out the lottery just to get it. Which I guess is like insurance so that they know it gets sold. Like the whole thing gets sold out. Even if it's like junky stuff left over. But they're getting quite expensive these days. I think when I first started buying it a couple years ago, they were like $10 tickets, 10 Sing dollars. And now it's become, I'm messing up. Now it's become $13 tickets. And it's like, ugh. What happened to $10? $13 isn't a small amount, especially if you get a junky gift. I'm getting a little frustrated with this basket. Maybe I should just do these lines first. But the other good thing is, like, a lot of people play it here, so you can find the extras for sale. Like, people buy it and then they get duplicates, so they sell it. I totally bought the last lottery fully from secondhand. It was like so much cheaper. But I only did that because I only wanted the lower gifts. I actually didn't have any interest in the A and B prize, but this time I kind of like the A and B prize. And those are always sold for way more, like $30 to $50. Okay. Just rambling about nonsense and feel the space. As we ink. This one's kind of done. I wish I could zoom in, guys, but this webcam doesn't really do that so well. Maybe one day I'll get a better camera. Although it's kind of annoying because this was a new camera. It's just not behaving. Hopefully the weirdness of this line art, here I'll show you. It's a little wonky at places, but hopefully once I color it, it won't be so noticeable. I struggled with this whole basket look when I was even just doing the line art in digital. And spacing these lines here. Ugh. Okay. It's really starting to hate that at the end. Some lines inside as well. See if I can do this. Just like lines to show the roundness of the inside. And we're gonna tackle the other basket too, so I don't have to do it again. Because I actually super hate this part. Probably gonna need a break after this. I really hate this part. It makes the drawing look good though. Okay, this song. Where's my mouse? So I still have to name these ladies, and I need to do color studies, which hopefully I can do off camera, but if I can't, I'll do it on camera. I imagine I just have to do some swatches with watercolor, decide what colors I'd like to use, and then plan it out digitally. But there'll be a lot of going back and forth as well. I've worked with this so long, with it just being black and white, that I actually have no idea what colors I would use for this. Like, I have no idea what color her hair would be. The only one I have any kind of idea about is the Rookie Witch. I want her to have dark skin. And I like the idea of either pink, dark blue, brown, or black for her hair. But that's the only one I have an actual mental image of. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break and let my reconnection successful. Wait, why are we reconnecting? What the heck? What was that, OBS? Why? I guess the connection is having a little bit of a problem today. I don't know. I just was sitting here talking. I think I was still talking. And I saw a pop-up that said OBS something. And it was like yellow. And then I looked up and I'm like, what's going on? And it said OBS reconnected. I'm like, wait, what? I don't know what it's doing. Usually we don't have this problem. I'm going to step away for a second and go check and see if the router is blinking or if it's fine. I'll be right back. It seems to be fine, but I guess it would probably blink when it has a connection issue, so I guess that might happen today. I'm not sure. At least it reconnected, I guess. Super weird. Usually we don't have connection issues here. I'm a good part of living in Asia. So the internet is pretty good. You know, I think I'll go to a 0.05 for this. Because this is much further back and the line seems smaller. The basket just turned out so bad. Alright. Let me see how bad it looks. It's not great. Maybe I don't use the light for this part. Maybe that's what is the problem. Yeah, I think the problem is I can't follow the guidelines I had before. I need to do it slice by slice. Otherwise it looks messy. Deep breath. No, we're totally not matching up to the lines at all. But it'll look less crooked, so it's fine. Maybe this basket was the first attempt for someone to weave a basket. And this basket was like when they had perfected it a little bit. That's the story behind the baskets. I definitely think inking for me is a practice and acceptance. You have to accept that it's not going to be perfect and just move on. Practice and change. I know I complain a lot in these live streams though. Sorry, you guys. Not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to figure out what to say. Make the streams more interesting. And there's definitely a sense of like you have to be on, like entertaining people while you're live streaming. Normally this inner turmoil will just go on inside my head. I'll just sit here in silence. I saw someone post something today that was kind of a very different perspective to me. I think it was Ladowaska. I'm not sure how to say the name, but she's quite a popular artist. I like her style a lot. I even bought her book. She was saying that the Copic refills, they have been redone. So they used to be like these chunky, thick ink refills that you use, and they're like maybe $1 or $2 more expensive than the Copics, but they refill the Copics quite a few times, so it's worth the money. And they recently redesigned the I'm gonna try to say this without sounding salty. They recently redesigned the refills so that they are much slimmer and easier to keep, but you get a whole lot less ink, and the price hasn't changed from what I've heard, because I haven't actually seen them or looked into the price for a long time. But I've heard people say it's the exact same price for like a fraction of the ink you used to get, but it's a nicer design. And she was going on and on about how the old design was too chunky and you could never use up the ink. It's like you have it forever. It was interesting to see a different perspective. I could understand what she was saying. Like, I somewhat agree. But, for me, I'm just salty that they sorry, turn this on so it's not so, actually no, I'll turn on the black light. I'm just salty that they made us pay the same price for a product that's like so much less ink. It's just so obnoxious. Like, I can accept that they redesigned it, but it's like less price, like less expensive, at least half the price. But it is true, there's a lot of refills that have just been sitting there forever and I've never used them. Or have barely used them. So I can kind of understand, but I'm still salty about Copic. Copic's quality in general. What are these? Are these supposed to be leaves or lines? Or maybe a mixture. Let me see what's underneath. Oh, there's no difference. Okay. So I'm just trying to vary the herbs in this basket between like little leaves and little lines. Make it look there's a lot of herbs, dried up herbs. Because a lot of dried herbs, when you look up reference, they just look like, you know, little crushed leaves and stuff. Like not crushed, but like shrunken black leaves. There's not a lot of difference. Switching to the 0.1 because the pen isn't really giving out enough ink to fill the page. So has anybody thought about the holidays? Do you have anything you are putting on your wish list? Anything you want to buy or you're looking forward to? I already placed an order for my own Christmas presents. That's how we roll here. It just got shipped, so I'm kind of excited. Can't wait for it to get here. I'm just putting an outline of like the other side of the basket so you can sort of see through these lines. And I'm adding a bit more scratchy lines in between just to kind of fill it out. I want it to look like a really full basket. So I got myself a watercolor set. Can't wait to show it. I'll confirm do like a... I'm not sure. I want to ask you guys, like, I'm really not sure if I have enough expertise when it comes to watercolor to do a quality review of a watercolor. But I like to do the unboxing type setup first impressions videos. I can't even remember if I was supposed to do like a traditional review of the Sennelier or not. I actually would have to go back and watch what I said in that video already to remember if I should. But I'm not sure if I have enough experience. Like the people who do watercolor reviews here on YouTube, they tend to know quite, sorry for the hiccup, they tend to know quite a lot about the pigments, and they've tried a lot of different brands, so they know the difference between PV19 Carmine, Schmincke, and PV19 Carmine in other brands, and they can usually say like, oh, I like this one better, that kind of thing. I don't feel like I am as observant enough to be able to do that, because like, okay, I saw a difference between the one color between the Schmincke and the Sennelier, but I'm not sure if I could do that for other brands properly. So I'm wondering how I want to tackle that. I know most people on my channel really just want to see me use markers, but I'm really into watercolors now, so these videos might just be for me, but just wondering if anybody has any opinions, let me know. Probably making this line way too dark, but maybe if I just darken all around, it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay. Before I butcher that anymore, walk away. The baskets are done. Yay! I don't know why, but they really made me very irritated to do this. What is this line? Oh, that's the table leg. Oh no. Okay. Okay, well, they don't have to be a darker table to cover up that line I made. See, there's one line here that now shouldn't be there, which I made a mistake with, obviously, when I did the pencil, because the pencil line was there and I just went with it. Oh, this is a problem with perfectionism. But I still try my best not to get into a rut where I just keep doing it over and over again, like redoing it, because I made one dumb mistake. So far I've only redone one because I made like 20 mistakes. This is a basket. This is like supposed to be her using her wand to pull out a basket. Why do I keep saying basket? Like a bag of cake flour from the basket that was below. You just switch to the smaller pen to write the word cake flour. I think I'm gonna have to extremely lightly put these like magic swirly bits in. I really need to do it lightly because I don't really want it to be black. Used my thinnest pen and I just pressed barely pressed to get the line to become permanent, but not so in your face, if you know what I mean. I need to do that over here too. Stretching my arm out. Yay, there we go. Nice. Now I think I'll tackle the bowls. Mortar and pestle, I think it's called. It's one of those terms I see written a lot, but I never really hear people say it out loud. actually don't own one of these. I wonder if I should buy one. Would it be useful for cooking? Maybe not for my cooking. I see a lot of people use it when they make like chili patty, but I don't like chili. There's a thing here called sambal chili, which is quite popular. You don't mind chili? Yeah. My husband loves it. I mean, it's very normal to eat it here. Like, you buy chicken rice, there's always chili on the side, that kind of thing. Yes, hello, Billy. Hello, Billy. Oh, sorry guys. I just like dropped a hair on top of my cat and she complained instantly. It's so cute. Hey, babe. Sorry to shock you. Sorry, baby. Yeah, it's really common here, but there's this one food he occasionally gets, and it smells horrendous. And he's telling me that this smell is actually the sambal chili. I'm not sure if that's true, but oh my gosh. I cannot stand that smell. It's also a smell that smells like if you like it, it would be absolutely delicious. Kind of like Parmesan cheese. You know, it's like one of those smells that's a little rank, but it's super delicious, right? But, I just can't accept it because I don't like spicy foods as much. Like, I like certain types of spices. Like, I like taco spice. I like Korean spice too. We used to get bibimbap, but I would always like say no seaweed, no sauce, I think it was, no chili. Like, I would alter it quite a lot. So it's just kind of vegetables with rice and then the meat with the sauce. But the sauce they put on the Korean food is like, you could eat cardboard and it would taste delicious. But it would often like make my migraine sore, so I have to be very careful when I eat it, so I can't eat it very often. Like, it has to be a really good day where I don't have even a slight headache. Which is actually kind of rare for me, unfortunately. Another jolly kitty. Korean spice is real good. Yeah, it's really good. Seriously, you could put cardboard on that spice and it would be like, yes please, I will take 2 servings. Yeah, in Singapore, chili in general is very, very, very popular. Like, one thing that always bothers me, because I am from America, when you go to a restaurant in America and there's a red squeeze bottle on the table, you're like, oh, ketchup. You know, it's always ketchup. When you come to Singapore And it's a place, like a Western type food place, where they have a squeezed red bottle on the table. It's not ketchup. It's never ketchup. It's chili. It's chili sauce. Biggest disappointment in my life when I tried to squeeze some ketchup. And I was like, oh no. They often have ketchup too, but it's like, even places like McDonald's, they have ketchup packets too, but they don't think you want it, so you have to like request it. Or they'll give you like 2 ketchup packets and like 60, well not 60, let's say 6 chili sauce. But it's usually what people want. I mean, like my husband will go through the chili sauce like crazy. It's just funny how things can be so different. Hey, that cat looks pretty good. The only spot I actually kind of made it look a little weird is I put a little bit of a straight line here, which I probably shouldn't have, but it's a very small problem, so not bad. Recently, when I transfer the cat's face, like, sometimes the nose ends up looking like a mouth, so I feel bad. Getting a little bit of line right there. Move up this way. We're still using the 0.1 now. I don't know if this is if the touch liners are just like new, so they're stronger because they're new, or what, but I've been enjoying these more than my Copic multi-liners, and I feel like the nib is holding up better, but I don't know if I just need to give it time to know for sure, because I mean my Copic ones are pretty old, so I don't know when I can actually compare properly. But the one thing that I hate is, like, with the Copic multi-liners, they'll become frayed over time, especially the small ones, like the 0.5, the 0.1. I feel like I can switch to a new 0.5 pretty quickly and it'll become like kind of frayed pretty quickly, like sliced down the middle kind of thing. I can feel cat feet suddenly pushing at my leg. If you guys have a cat, you probably know what that means. She's like laying at my leg and she's kicking my foot. You have a cat bed. Just go lay on it. Don't lay on me. Just hope she doesn't bite my foot. Let's see. I think my favorite Korean food is the good fitten. Oh, I haven't heard of that. Hard to find. It's a spicy rice cake. How do you say it? F-E-T-E-N. Spicy rice cake. That sounds interesting. I remember seeing, I think it was Kim Dao mention a spicy rice cake as well. But I know it wasn't the same name. They probably have multiple types there. I think the Korean food places here aren't as sophisticated enough to have that kind of thing. Oh! The boki. Yeah, I think that's what I remember hearing Kim Dao always mention. Yeah, how to correct wine. I wonder what Faith Tan is. I was gonna say, that doesn't even sound Korean. I probably am not saying it right. But I've heard I've heard that before. The name of the food. And I've seen it on like videos. I've heard it's really good. I'd probably try it. I like super plain food, but I mean I also like the Korean spice in the food I can't suddenly remember the name of. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember the name of it? I literally just said it a minute ago. Too focused on these rosemary leaves. Oh, bibimbap, that was it. It's crazy how Korean culture is so popular these days. Even in Singapore, like young people in Singapore just like idolize Korean pop stars. They even play like K-pop during commercials on like Nickelodeon and stuff. Okay. Autocorrect can be so annoying though. We're getting somewhere. Take a quick break. Maybe I stand up and stretch for a sec. Okay. Checking for the cats. Okay, let's see. Now we can do the bottles on top. Kind of want to draw on her hat a little bit just to make sure. because there's a little bit of overlapping with these background items. But yeah, to go back to what I was saying earlier, anybody who's watching now or watching the replay, if you have any preference, traditional or digital, for the fairies. I did start them with markers. So I might go back to markers for them, not sure. But of course they would start digitally anyway, because they always did with the sketch. Even back when I was doing the sketches digitally for the fairies. Like super rough sketches, but sketches. Because at that time, like, I didn't have time. I would like go to bed and then still stay up in bed with my iPad to sketch out the idea for the next fairy to do the next day. Man, that was so unhealthy. It occurs to me that I feel like the 30-day challenges is just everyone's way of chasing the thing that used to be popular on DeviantArt. You guys, I don't know if you guys have been around long enough to have been like on DeviantArt last time, but in the early 2000s especially, I think, when DeviantArt was like the height of popularity, a lot of the popular artists used to put times down with their artwork. They'd be like, done in 20 minutes, done in 5 minutes, done in whatever. And I feel like it caused a lot of people to think that they had to do like really good artwork really quickly, and they had to prioritize doing like building up speed with your artwork. And I feel like in a way the 30-day challenges is like the same thing, but for this current generation. Because the only people who can do those 30-day challenges properly are the ones who built up speed through experience, in my opinion. The ones who can do like really amazing artwork in just 20 minutes. Or the ones that just spend months and months and months on it and they just never tell you. At one point I even tried to do months and months on it, but it still just ate up my whole year, and I was still unhappy with the results. Hi Luna, how are you? Welcome. How is your day going? We're just lining this kitchen witch. Just doing the bottles on top first. Trying not to make a mess of it. This is how far we've gotten with this one. Just lining the background items first. I'm good, how are you? Sad I'm so late. Oh, it's okay, we'll probably still be here for a while. I want to get a bit further. I'm doing pretty good. I had a pretty late start though today. I've been really fatigued this week. So I had a really hard time getting up, getting moving. Looking good. Oh, thank you. I have chronic fatigue syndrome. I hear you. Oh, really? Huh. For me, I think it's iron deficiency, but I had to get off my iron pills, but I'm actually not exactly sure why I'm so tired often. Still, I have appointments coming up, so I'm still looking into it. I actually didn't know chronic fatigue syndrome was a thing. I'll have to Google it and see if anything clicks for me. Weather changes are a nightmare. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It should be quite different now in the US, right? Everyone moving into fall. I keep seeing a lot of artists mention seasonal depression on Instagram in the Insta stories. Where I live, the seasons are pretty much the same for now. Honestly, not much changes in Singapore, even knowing like monsoon reason. It's not like drastically different. Let me get a ruler. I think a ruler would be helpful this line. That will do it. Make sure they test your B12 vitamin levels. Oh, really? I actually take B12 already because I have migraines. So I found that if I take magnesium and B12, it tends to help reduce it, and I don't have like pains in my head as much. So it's interesting. I keep hearing people mention B12 for fatigue. I really should get those levels tested though, because I don't think I've ever gotten them tested. I actually don't know if I'm harming myself by taking these vitamins, to be honest. I have fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, and my iron and B12 are really low. B12 especially can make you super tired. Wow. Migraines there too. Oh my gosh. Oh. It's so unfair though. You have so many things stacking up. But that's really interesting. I'm gonna have to check into that. I know my vitamin D levels are really bad. Like my doctor had done a few blood tests, and I started taking vitamin D, and then the doctor went from like, it was like level 3 out of 4 bad, you know, it was like super deficient, I think was the term. And then after taking vitamin D, it went to just deficient. And I was like, oh my god, do I take more? And he's just like, maybe go outside sometimes. It's too funny actually. I guess there's a level when it's just taking too many pills. Why did I do that? Okay, it's fine. I need to make some line weight here. Oh, there's a circle here I need to fill in. Migraines are really the worst though. I've gotten pretty good at dealing with my migraines over the years, but every once in a while I just get one that's like came out of nowhere and there's like no reason for it. You just have to deal with it. It sucks. I had one yesterday like that. Could not pinpoint a reason at all. I just realized I put this like crystal ball on top of the book. I just started thinking to myself, why is there a crystal ball in the kitchen? Well, I hope that didn't get picked up. There's some kid having a problem outside. I go out with my camera this summer and my vitamin D is finally good. Oh, my levels for all deficiency are better. Just fibro, CFS, and migraines now. Oh, and diabetes. Oh no! Oh no! I feel so bad for you, Luna. The ones that hit you hard are so bad. Yeah, I get migraine the last days. I got like the last few days, you mean? Yeah. It sucks when it just comes out of the blue. It's like, I've avoided all triggers and I'm feeling pretty good today. And then you just like, bam, migraine. I'm so bad at drawing people. I'm getting better at faces, but limbs, torso are hard for me. Oh, I know what you mean. It's just a lot of practice. And you know, something that can really help is if you take like a photo of an actual person. You could just find it online and just in your sketchbook, just for fun, like not something you're gonna post, you like trace it. Let me see if I have an example. This is something I started to do recently. I kind of wish I'd done it since I was younger. Because there's a lot of things that I find very difficult about drawing humans, like even subtle facial expressions are so annoying. Like they're so subtle. How do you get them? Let me find an example. I know there's at least one in here. Ah, okay. So like for me, I went to Senshi Stock on DeviantArt, and I think I had it on my phone, and I traced the body shape here. Like this is fully traced it through the paper from my phone. And then I used this and the like what I gained from tracing it to do freehand. And then I tried to do like more freehand, like just looking at it and trying to draw what you see kind of thing. And doing this kind of method can really help, like trace a few times and then try to draw it again, but without any trace, and repeat. And it can actually help a lot when it comes to anatomy. And use real photos, don't use people's art, because then you're just going to pick up really bad habits. No, they last 4 to 5 days. I've had a few that lasted a week or two. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I've actually only rarely had some that just stick around, and for me, like, if they stick around, they like to hop sides. So it's like it starts on the right, and then it's like, oh, I'm starting to feel relief like a day and a half later, and then it goes to the other side. And then when that one's finished, it goes to the other side, and it's just like, oh my god. Can you please? Those are the worst. Yeah, it's a pretty good method, and like it's just for practice, so it's not like you have to worry about copyright or anything like that. You just trace and try to draw it, trace and try to draw it. find it quite helpful, especially when drawing, guys. I need to do it more often though. In general, if you're gonna trace from life. Trace from real photos of real people. Or animals or whatever. And if you trace from your own photos, then you don't have to worry about copyright at all because you took the photo. As long as it's not like, you know, a copyrighted subject that you took the photo. Like you can't like take a photo of a Sailor Moon poster you have and then say, well, I took the photo, so it's mine, I can do what I want. Like, no. But people is fine as long as you have their permission. Yes, moving migraines so annoying, yeah. They're really the worst. So sorry you have to deal with ones that last so long though. And these little circles, if anybody's wondering, are supposed to be eggs. She's like magically flying the eggs and the ingredients to the table. That's what she's doing. So there was a time change over in the US, right? Did the clocks go forward? Was it? So right now it's 3:13 p.m. here in Singapore. What time is it for you guys? I think they're sugar related for me. I've had less of them on my diabetes meds. Oh no. Yeah, maybe. I think that is one of the symptoms, right? When you have high blood sugar, you can get headaches. Or low blood sugar too. My mom was a diabetic. Because of my size, the doctors keep like insisting I have it. And then they test me and I'm not even pre-diabetic and like they get so like unhappy somehow. It's like, well, I'm so sorry to disappoint you that I'm not in that realm, okay? But I dealt with it a lot with my mom, so I know it sucks. Yeah, our clocks went forward. My cats haven't figured it out. Oh no. Wake me up an hour early every morning. Oh no. Oh, 2 a.m. here. Oh, okay, so you're probably like on the East Coast, right? Yeah. Poor babies. They're like, but it's normally the time that we get food. Wait, I better switch to a smaller line. I need to, wait, where did the 0.5 go? Oh, here it is, hidden under tissues. Switching to the 0.5 for these lines. Our cat always wants to eat like an hour early anyway. Like we usually feed her wet food at 8 p.m. Anywhere between 8 and 9. 10 if we're super like busy or something like that, or we were out, or if something bad happens. Feel so bad when it goes that late, but she'll start begging at like 7 p.m. It's like, no, you need to wait till 8. Yeah, I'm from, wait, yeah, I'm from Ontario, Canada. Wow, the words weren't coming out. What liners do you use? Currently I'm using these touch liners. They're from Xinhan Art. They're like the Xinhan touch liners, I should say. I actually really like these, but I used to use Copic multi liners. I have a bunch. Let me see if I can reach it. Like, Copics have been my go-to, these Copic multi-liners, for a long time. I just got kind of irritated because my black ones are really old and they have a lot of trouble, so I decided to branch out and try different ones, and I really like these so far. But I'm not sure if they're really all that different. They might be kind of the same thing. They're still new, so they work well. That's all I know so far. I think I'd need to use them for a couple more months to know for sure if they're somehow better. Paprika is like that. She wakes me up at 3 a.m. for snuggles. She likes to lick my face. Aw, that's so sweet. And again at 5 a.m. to be fed. They eat at 6. Oh no. Yeah, my cat gets really cuddly right before dinner time too. She wants to press on my tummy, and she just like, when she's bored of that, she'll just stare at you. Stare into your soul until you do the right thing and get up and feed her. Kids are so funny. Mine has a really bad habit right now where she's like the weirdest cat ever because she loves dry food but doesn't love wet food. So when it comes time for dry food, she will just keep begging throughout the whole afternoon, trying to get more and more. We've gotten up to like 5 or 4 feedings of dry food in one afternoon because my husband will totally fall for it and keep feeding her. And I'm just like, no, you've had enough. She's so bad. And then later she won't eat all of her wet food because she's full from dry food. It's super bad. Don't know why she's become like that. Yeah, she's a total snuggler when it's food time. Yeah. I think she thinks the cuter she is, the more likely. Oh my god, that's so true. That's so true. Cats are so cute though. Every once in a while, Bailey will try to like, I don't know, I think she's trying to make sure that you remember she's there. So she'll do something super weird, like jump up on a chair that she never sits on. Just to remind you, like, hey, I'm still here and you haven't fed me yet. Now I'm filling in the wand. Just want to make sure it's straight, so I got out the ruler. Try not to accidentally put a blob next to the fingertip. Ah, fingers. Fingers make me have anxiety. Let me take a break for a sec. I think there was a witch recently where I had feel that one of her fingers a little weird and now it looks kind of wonky. Which one was it? Oh yeah, it's this one. Hopefully if nothing else, I'll put a dab of white paint at the end. Oh, I forgot to do this bottle. Maybe I'll do this bottle first instead of doing her fingers. Or this jar, I should say. I didn't realize how long it's going to take to ink this, but I probably should have because there's just so many elements. This one and the Plant Witch are the last two that we need to ink. And they're both quite detailed. I would say this one's slightly more detailed than the Plant Witch though. One tip I could give when it comes to doing line art on watercolor paper, because watercolor paper is quite bumpy, try to go over the line as lightly as possible, because it's not going to be as subject to like the bumping. Because sometimes like you'll hit a bump in the paper with your pen and it just creates an ugly line that you didn't want. The line gets crooked or something. That's what I found this time especially. The later I press, the easier to go over those bumps. I may try those liners. Yeah, if you have access to these, so far I really like them. Like, they're holding up, but I still don't know if they're any better than the Copic ones. I think I need way more time with them to know for sure. Hi Harshada, you just got a sub. Oh, well, welcome. Welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy your stay. There's lots of videos you can check out. I'm an awkward artist. I say stupid things sometimes, but hopefully you'll enjoy this community. So welcome, welcome. Everyone is welcome. Yeah, this is the Huion Lightpad. I left the Lightpad here because even though I'm inking now, I actually find that if I have the Lightpad on, especially for areas of the body, not so much the background, I can see where the sketch line was and where my pencil line for the finished artwork is. And it can kind of give me more of an idea of the kind of dimension I want for a line. And I just find it somehow easier to get the lines that I want for the finished line art. Because I found that like just the tiniest change from the sketch to the finished line art can really make a difference with my satisfaction level of how it came out. So I'm trying to find ways to make it a little bit easier. For sure. So this one's just the Lightpad. This one this is a review I just did on my channel for the Huion A4 Lightpad, so you can check it out if you haven't seen it. And it's also helping me because it's like elevated with these pad pucks that I bought forever ago, so I can see the drawing a lot easier, which I'm sorry, it might make a not as nice view for you guys, but it makes it so much easier to draw because I can see it better. Let's see. Are you using cold press watercolor paper? I heard hot press is easier, but I've never used it. I'm using cold press. Let me show you. My iPad's in the way and it's very heavy. Shoot. Let me put that back here. So I'm using the Arches or Arche, I just say Arches. The watercolor pads. It's the 140-pound cold press watercolor paper. I've heard great things about hot press, but to be honest, I haven't really explored it much, but I just really love the look of watercolor on cold press paper. I think it looks really beautiful. So even though it can be bumpy, actually Arches in general is not that bumpy compared to other brands, but even though it can be quite bumpy, I'm still dealing with it because it just looks really pretty when you put the watercolor on the paper. So this whole witch series is on the cold press, and while I'm talking, here's what we've done so far. So this is the sketch for what I call the Demon Witch, which was done digitally in Procreate, and then this is the transferred drawing onto the watercolor paper, and that line art's all finished. And this one is the Apprentice Witch, and this is the Procreate sketch, and then the finished line art. So we're getting there, we're getting there. Let me catch up. What I like about you is you're so kind and responding. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. It's like we're having, well, I really like doing live streams so that I can chat with you guys. So I'm really glad that you like that. Thank you. Light pads are so convenient. I was just wondering because I have a Huion drawing tablet. Ooh, I haven't actually tried their drawing tablets. I'm quite terrible at digital art, to be honest. The only one that I've ever been able to work for me is Procreate because I already have an iPad that I use for everything. So I think it took me like 2 years, but I finally got used to Procreate and using the Apple Pencil. And that's like the only thing I can do now. I'm so bad at digital, honestly. The programs are so hard for me to figure out, to be honest. I use the Canson cold press. I may try some hot press, see how it is. Yeah, you should try it. I'm so bad. Aw, I feel like the cheating way, which I often do with watercolors, you just use as little water as possible. But it's really all about water control. Just controlling how much water you have on your brush. I actually found it quite freeing when I first started watercolor because when you do markers, which is what I used to use most of the time, and you have to fill in a large area, it's so nerve-wracking because it'll give you like lines and spottiness, and I hate that. I really like my work to look very like flat color. Like I don't want to see like scratchy lines. So it was like a lot of work to start, and then you have to just keep going and keep the page wet as you go. But with watercolors it's so much easier because you can move the color so much faster. That's why I actually fell in love with watercolors most and kept going with it because it's just so much easier to fill in big areas. It's less scary. If Trek art is not for everyone but good to use. If Trek is that like a typo? I like the Huion drawing tablet I have. I've used Wacom's until now, and honestly I'm not a professional, but I didn't notice any difference. Oh really? Cool. I've only ever had like one tiny little Wacom fun drawing tablet, and for me it wasn't the tablet that was a problem, it was just digital art, yeah. It was just trying to figure out the programs that was like the biggest roadblock for me. That was like the only roadblock for me. Autocorrect please. Oh no. They're giving Karina a hard time today, please. Do you have watercolor videos on the channel? Yeah, I have a bunch of like speed paints and stuff, and a few reviews for watercolor. A lot more digital marker videos because I've been having like some issues with making videos, just kind of mental issues the last few years, where I'm just trying to get back into the groove and like. So my channel's a little sparse from the last year or two. But otherwise, there's a bunch of stuff from before on there you can check out. And otherwise, I do stream every Friday now, same time. So you can always come back next week. We'll be here. Just takes practice like any art. Yeah, that's what I found with Procreate. I kept forcing myself to use it. And after like 2+ years, I'm like, oh, okay, I get this. I get it. I can do this. It's so much easier to sketch digitally though. Because like you can adjust the head smaller, you can adjust the torso bigger. It makes it kind of depressing when you move back to traditional art. And you make mistakes, you have to erase and just start over. What is that? Okay, should get back to this so it's not so boring. Maybe use a ruler for this part. Cool, check them out. I really want to get into watercolor. It's just so much easier to clean up than oh yeah, they are. Another tip I would give is, okay, you might not like the art style, but there's a YouTuber called The Frugal Crafter, and I swear I kind of learned watercolor from watching her. She has a lot of videos where she kind of teaches you tips and stuff and shows you like how she paints. It's more like backgroundy art, like still life and scenery, that kind of things. But she used to do this live stream where she would answer questions, and I used to always hang out and lurk in those live streams so that I could learn, because she's been doing watercolor for like a really long time. She learned when she was younger from somebody. I think there's actually, to be honest, the reason I started using YouTube for the first time was because I wanted to get into watercolor, and I discovered there's like an art community here, and I was like, whoa, wait, so YouTube isn't just like cat videos? That's what I thought it was for the longest time. There's a lot of really good stuff out there. I feel like if I have any mission when it comes to YouTube, my mission is kind of to share with other artists like how supplies work and stuff. Because when I was younger, I didn't have YouTube and I just had to figure it out myself. And I think it's really great that we can share now, and we don't have to like just wander around in the dark like, how do I even use this thing? It's like make those type of videos that I wish existed when I was younger, kind of thing. So this is a spatula and a spoon that's hanging behind. Oh, and the book I should fill out. Haha, cat videos, yeah. My main issue with watercolor is faces. I'm so clueless. Oh, you know Lindsay? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, she's great. She's great. Like, what about faces? Like, just drawing them or, like, coloring them? Actually, for the longest time, I could not shade with watercolor. I couldn't figure it out, so I used these watercolor pencils where you would just, like, add the color, like, the shade here, and then, like, smooth it out with water. And then I just started to use color pencils because it just seemed easier to add the shading. So don't be afraid to add, like, multiple mediums until you feel comfortable enough to do it with just watercolor. Sometimes color pencils can really be your friend when it comes to adding something. Or like, for me, I often will just switch to them if the paper's like, yeah, nah. No more for you. The paper's like, we're done. We're done here. So I'm like, okay, I'll just finish with color pencils. Why did I say... I literally just said to myself that I was going to do the book next. And now I'm lining her hat. Like, what? So this book is supposed to be like she's magically flipping through it, trying to find a good recipe. Let's see. Coloring them turns out blotchy in watercolor. I'm not sure if it's just user error. Blotchy. It might be the watercolor or the paper. Well, actually, I think it's more likely to be either the watercolor or you're using too much water. What type of watercolor do you use? What brand? But most likely it's you're using too much water, I think. Copic fine liners actually aren't that expensive. The markers are ridiculously expensive. Yeah, yeah. The fine liners are pretty good. I've used Copic fine liners for like when I was younger. I used the Sakura microns, and then I switched to the Copic fine liners. I think it was in 2006, and I've just used them all the way until now. But a lot of them are that old. Like, I think all of them are that old. So it could just be age that irritated me about them. So they're good though. I've liked them for a long time. I'm gonna try to write the title of the book as carefully as I can. I think the thing that irritates me with the Copic multi-liner so far has been a lot of them will just break easily. And my favorite size is these two SP pens. The 0.2 and the 0.25. These are my favorite size. And I don't know why. I've used these the most for many years, but they just won't work anymore. The flow is really bad. And I have replaced the tips. And I've replaced the ink. And I feel like there should be nothing else in between. There's nothing else you can replace. And it still is like skippy. Until I just got super irritated. I'm just like, I'm done. I don't know what is the deal with those. Can you use the fine liners with watercolor? Yeah, you can. You can, right? Yeah, pigment ink, water resistant, archival quality, acid free. Yeah. The number one that I find can work with watercolor and Copics, no problem, is definitely the Copic multi-liners. Their ink is great. And I don't believe I had any problem with the touch so far with watercolor. Of course, always give it a few minutes to be dry. Like, don't just start adding water right away. Like, give it like a half an hour, just to make sure. Same with markers, really. So this book is 100 magical recipes and remedies for the modern witch. I really made that long. But I feel like it's a possible title that could exist. Okay. We should film the title for the other one. What is this one? Sorry, I need to read my own writing. Wow, I totally cannot read this one. What is this? Checklist sketch. Oh, you know what? I'm so dumb. I'll just open it up in Procreate. Okay. Yeah, I have to do my art in many sessions anyway. I can't focus for too long. Oh yeah, I totally know what you mean. You know what? Sometimes it's better to do it that way. Sometimes it's better to walk away and do a little bit and walk away and do a little bit. Because like if you sit down and you just sorry. You just like blitz it out really quickly, you're probably not going to be happy with the end result. Like it'll just look sloppy in the end. Like I mean, of course you can get lucky, but you probably won't be as happy with it. That's what I've been trying to focus on this year, is like slowing down and trying to make things as good as I can instead of just doing it quickly. And I was about to say that open appropriate. Yeah, you're smart. Instead of doing it quickly and then being like disappointed with the end result, you know? Oh, okay, here we go. These are the titles. Zoom is wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. So this book is called Love and Lust. Because I figured there has to be a love book on this shelf. Let's see. I don't know why I keep having like something caught in my throat today. This one is the Big Book of Herbs. I just had to think of like what realistic books would be helpful for a kitchen witch that she might have. Yeah, there's one on its side, so I'm gonna turn this. I just need to practice more. I get so lazy. Oh, I know how it is sometimes. Let's see, this one is a kitchen witch's cookbook. That's pretty simple, but it sounds like something you might have. There's supposed to be a cauldron at the bottom, but it looks like a blob. Bewitching desserts. I honestly wish my handwriting was way better for this, but no choice. And this one is The Natural Kitchen. You know, in case she was going all natural for her food. And calming recipes. There, that's her little library. Oh, that's kind of funny. I didn't realize that the book she has now doesn't actually have a place. Maybe it was stacked underneath this ball also. There's also a book here with the cat sitting on. Okay. Maybe I should do these lines. Okay. So I think that leaves just the witch. Oh, I want to do some lines on the book here. Pressing like super lightly so it's not like super in your face. That gives an illusion of like a lot of pages. It should be on this one too, because this book's on its side too. I did have a texture on these 3 shells. I think I should probably carry that over. Kind of like the texture. So again, I'm just going to press lightly and make almost like a wood grain kind of thing. I'm not sure if wood grain looks like this. Almost like, I don't know, saw marks from making the shells. Give it a little texture. Okay, one line got a little thick. I almost like skipped off my pad here. This is so ASMR for me. I find it relaxing to watch people draw. Aw, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Paprika laying on my feet and they're getting her hot. Aw, kitty heat. So cute. Are you going to color it when you're done inking? I'm totally reading these backwards, so sorry. But today, not today, but over, I'm just finishing all the line arts. So we have like these 2 finished. And this one, and then we have one more to go. Where is she? Where are you playing? Oh, here we go. We need to do this one too. And there's one more somewhere. I can't find her right now. I don't know where I put her. So if I can't find her, we're gonna have to redo her. And then we'll be coloring everything in one go. Because I'm trying to like, I did all the line arts, like the sketches together so that there'd be some kind of cohesion with all the witches. And I want to do the color at the same, like, in batches as well, so that I can try to carry over, like, similar colors, because I really just want this to be kind of like a cohesive series. So the next step after we're finished the line art is I need to do color studies either on stream or off stream and decide what colors, and then we'll go forward with probably about, like, the same, a couple of colors to definitely be the same in every drawing. And then they might have like their own unique few colors added too. That's the plan. That's the plan. So there'll probably be a lot of like blues, pinks, purples throughout, but there'll also be like, of course, greens and other colors. I'm not sure what other colors yet. Makes sense. Thanks. So yeah, it's a long process, and I'm sure there's some people who are like super over it, but hopefully it's still interesting to watch. I sometimes like going in batches. I don't know. Sometimes I'm in the mood to ink and I just want ink all the time. And sometimes in the mood to just sketch. Sometimes in the mood I just want to color and nothing else. So see, now we need to do the girl. So I need to tackle this line, which is scary. I better turn this on first. This is the part where I would need this the most. We've been doing this for so long now, it's kind of crazy. Like, when I finished off these 2 drawings the other day, I had to do a signature, and I had to look up the date, and this one's the first witch that I had done, and the date on it is July 30th. That's how long this witch series has been going, and then this one turned it into a series. And I had to look up the live stream when I did the original sketch, which changed so much, by the way. And that was August 14th. So, yeah, it keeps dragging. But I did get sick in October, so... sucks, but it happened. Man, that was such a weird October, though. Wasn't it? I feel like a lot of people had kind of a weird October. It didn't feel like a normal one. Although I guess my own experience could cloud that. But I feel like even the people, like there was less people who participated this year in like drawing challenges, I noticed. And they dropped off very quickly for the most part. Such a strange year this year has been. I'm using the 0.1, but I feel like if I want to continue to line the hair, I should go to 0.05. It has been a weird year, yeah. Super weird. See, the biggest reason I like these touch liners so far, sorry, almost hiccuped, is the point of the 0.5 and the 0.1 is actually pretty sturdy. And I feel like, I'm not sure, I'd have to buy a new Copic multi-liner to check. But I feel like the Copic multi-liner for the 0.05 especially tends to has trouble quicker than this. Oh, then again, I do have 0.03, so maybe I'm confusing the two. Wait, is 0.03? Yeah, that's smaller. Yeah, I just noticed that a lot of the smaller ones get frayed pretty quickly for Copic, and it gets really annoying. Could be like a drop in quality though. I've noticed a lot of their products have dropped in quality, which is why I get really frustrated with the company when I used to be like a mega fan. Like I can understand sometimes prices go up, but I expect the quality to stay there to demand the price that it's demanding. Like, does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like the quality has to be there for the price to be as high as it is. And recently the quality just hasn't. It's kind of chill to do all these tiny little curly bits in the hair. Less chill when you make mistakes though. So is anybody watching anything good that they've been enjoying? Or playing any games? Do you want to chat about? Or any good movies? Yeah, they're gonna charge you so much, quality should be compared. Yeah, exactly, right? But I feel like the quality's just gone down in recent years, especially for the markers. And now I'm starting to think for the multi-liners too. Although I can't really say that because a lot of my newer multi-liners seem fine. I don't know if I'm just projecting when it comes to that. Where is the cat? Where are you, babe? Come. Up. Good job. I had to adjust my chair and she was sitting underneath it. So I had to get her to go up on her box and she actually did and gave me a little meow. So cute. See, I've been playing Sims 4. Oh yeah, is that good? I have never played a Sims game. I don't know why I said game. Never played a Sims game. But I've heard a lot of people talk about it. The constantly cramp our stuff. The cats, yeah. She just wants to be with me. She suddenly becomes clingy when I stream. I don't know why. She's like, how dare you give attention to other people when you have a cute baby here. She usually should be sleeping by now. Oh, maybe she's trying to beg for more food. Oh, damn it. I fed you already, cat. I always know that she wants more food when she just doesn't go to sleep, and she usually does. I'm not sure I like how the bangs turned out, but hopefully color will make it look a little bit better. Didn't look so bad in the sketch, but I feel like in the liner it doesn't look great. Yeah, they just came out with a good update. I've been building my dream house. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, if you use Discord, I have a Discord. And you can always post photos of your Sims if you want. Everyone's welcome to join. Talk about any game or whatever they feel like talking about in there. The link's in the video description if you guys want to come check it out. I actually really like it, so I keep plugging it. Sorry. I like being able to share with everybody there. Tiger is more... Oh, your cat Tiger is more independent, yeah. I wonder what that's like. I feel like Bailey can be independent when she wants to be. And she can be so clingy when she wants to be too. I guess all cats are probably like that. Okay, you're already in it. Okay, sorry. Well, feel free to post if you feel like showing off your house. Be right back. Okay. Do I do the face or do it later? Maybe I should just tackle the face now. It's the hardest part. I always start with the eyes by just doing like the inner line and then filling it in from there. Like an inner oval almond shape. I find I like the look of the eye better when I do lots of like tiny lines. So you can kind of see like little white bits pop through instead of a solid black line. At least I like that look at first. But I love to draw eyes. And I always get them like, I often, ever since I was younger, will like mess up. Especially when it comes to the eyelashes. It's like my favorite part to do, but I always like mess up. It's so annoying. Okay, feel good about that eye, especially this one. The lashes came out really good. Just fill out the other one a little bit. But yeah, when I'm at the desk, she is in her bed on the desk. When I'm in bed, she's laying at the crook of my elbow. That's so sweet. When I'm on the sofa, she's sitting with me. She's my Velcro attachment. Aw, that's so sweet. Now she's watching you draw. She's obsessed with you too. That's so cute. My cat will sometimes, like, when we're watching TV, we have an ottoman that sits, like, usually somewhere near the TV if we're not using it. And she'll sit on there and watch cartoons and any, like, wildlife. Like, the other day, they had like this wildlife show like just came on and we weren't paying attention and they were showing like all kinds of birds. Oh yeah, it was a Japanese show. They were showing like this lake that had like hundreds of ducks, and I'm just like, oh my god, that looks so unhygienic. There's just so many ducks. It's crazy. And she was glued. She was like, yes. She's thinking about how the yummy ducks must taste. She was ready to chase them. It was so cute. She's really into those, like, you know, they make YouTube videos for cats. You can like Google them, and they have like photos of birds, like videos of birds like coming up and then flying away. She loves that. She'll keep looking behind the iPad like, where did it go? But it's kind of funny because my cat won't attack the screen. She just sits there and watches it. Do this hand now. Yep, she loves her cat TV, yeah. Sometimes when I see her like that, I'm just like, you know, one day, if I were ever to move back to the US, I would definitely want to get a house with like a nice backyard and put like a bird feeder outside and let her sit at the windows and like look out at the birds. If that ever happened, I think I'd get a dog too. Because I like dogs. They're not as good as cats, but I just don't think they're really suited for apartment living as much. I'd really love to have like a backyard for a dog to like run out. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'd never get a dog. I do really like cats. She will sit there and stalk it, and when it moves, she'll attack. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. They always wait so they have the upper hand, don't they? Oh my gosh. I'm so smart. My biggest problem is I really want a corgi. It's like the only type of dog I want, although my husband wouldn't mind a Shiba Inu. But I don't believe in paying for life. So I don't think we'll ever get one because I would only want to rescue one. I wouldn't want to pay someone for them. Even if it's like an ethical breeder, I just don't really... I don't think it's right. Cats are easier for me because I don't have a preference. I just want them to be like chill. I like chill cats. I love dogs, but yeah, most don't belong in apartments. Yeah, I mean, people can make it work, but like my apartment's way too small. They wouldn't have any fun because like for a cat running from one end of the apartment to the other, it's fine. But a dog, even like a corgi, nah. Wouldn't be enough exercise for them. Yeah, corgis are super cute. The corgi butts always makes me happy. I'm not into the breeding thing either. There are some ethical breeders out there, but there are too many that aren't, and I can't support that. Yeah, exactly. Plus, like, oh my god, I remember looking into a corgi here in Singapore, and it would cost $5,500 last time. That was a few years ago. That was like 6 years ago for a corgi puppy. And I'm just like, yo, no. Not only am I not paying that, that's just wrong. It's super wrong. I'd rather like try my luck and see if somebody was a terrible person and dumped their puppy and take that in. But I don't think Bailey does well with other pets. She's kind of a solo pet thing, so that helps rein us in also. What was I doing? Oh, I did the hand. Okay, the fingernail. The hand turned out pretty good, if I say so myself. Maybe another lock here. Yeah. And then this would be some lines under her chin. Where did her outfit cut off? Jesus. Did I make a line? Oh, sort of. Okay, it just never transferred. It's super faint, see? This is the line where the collar cuts off. It's so faint. Oops. Maybe I don't knock that over. Somewhere around here. Oh no. Okay. I just don't like how people benefit financially from the life of an animal. I'm not planning on fostering kittens in the future. Wait. Though I read that wrong. But I'm planning on fostering kittens in the, I don't know why I said but I'm not. Oh my gosh. The rescues I adopt from get paid for... Wait. The rescues I adopt from get paid for adoptions, but the money goes to the care of the kittens that they rescue. Oh yeah. No, I totally understand that. I mean... It's kind of different to pay a fee to adopt. Oh shit, my husband's calling me. Guys, I gotta be right back real quick. So sorry. I need to go to the be right back screen if my mouse will cooperate. Okay, be right back, be right back. Okay. So sorry, everyone. He suddenly called me to ask, like, he's like coming home and he wants to know if he should buy anything. Let's see. I don't even remember what I was. Oh yeah, yeah. I feel like it's fine for like to pay an adoption fee because it just goes to like help the place that adopts the pets. They probably put a lot of money into it, and sometimes they like spay and neuter and give all the shots. So I think that's totally fine. Find it super cruel to force a cat to keep having litters. Yeah, litters and litters. That's so sad. That's so sad. Okay, so where were we? Oh, over here. I mean, I'm always the type who's not really gonna, like, judge others as much. So do whatever. But for me, I can't accept that, so. Even if it means I'll never have a corgi, I'm okay with that. Because there's lots of cute cats that I can adopt. It is sad, but there are quite a few pets who tend to get dumped here in Singapore. Even though they've spent like, I've seen it before where they spent like, $5,000 plus for a corgi. And then the corgi has skin problems and they can't deal with it. So they just dump it at a shelter. It's like super sad. It's kind of interesting though, because it seems like skin problems seem to be one of the biggest issues here. I think it's just because like they never dry the pet properly after bathing, maybe. I mean, I could be overgeneralizing. I don't really know. We actually gave Bailey a bath this last week. And my husband kept saying, it's been over a year, we haven't given her a bath, we should give her a bath. And I kept putting it off because I thought she smelled fine. But I feel like with cats, you really only need to give it situationally, like if she suddenly has poop on her fur, like then we have to give her a bath. Or if she just smells bad. And this week she just jumped on me and I was like, yo, I know you haven't been in the litter box recently, so why do you smell like poop? So I was like, alright, time to give her a bath. And she hated it, but I always try my best to dry her, so it's less work for her also. She really hates the hair dryer, but we do our best to try to use like the non-heat what's it called, mode? Setting, that's it, setting. The word is setting, the non-heat setting. And I try to cover her face because she gets really scared. But you really gotta dry those like back leg areas. It's always the last ones to dry. Yeah, the rescues, I get them spayed and neutered. Yeah. And like Bailey had a microchip already when we got her. We were just like, score. And the lady who adopted her to us said she's so cute that the vet just gave her a microchip for free. And I was like, yo, we've got the cutest cat in the world. We're getting freebies. What the heck? So like they do a lot. It's crazy. And of course they have to feed them and stuff the whole time. I posted a picture of Paprika in Discord watching the stream. Oh, cute! I can't wait to see that later. Paprika was brought to the rescue and they said they'd come back for her and they said, and then said they didn't want her. Oh, good for her. Good for me. Sad for her, yeah. That sucks. I remember the lady who adopted us Bailey. She's actually like just like a volunteer lady. Wow, I just dropped my pen. She found her on the side of the road and rescued her because she looked absolutely petrified. And she said the other people who were interested in her at the same time as us wanted to put her in cage during the day. And I was just like, yo, cats don't belong in cages. And that's how I got her, so haha. So there's other people. Oh, but Billy's a happy girl now. Yeah. She's doing pretty good. And we're a lot happier because she stopped pooping on the floor. I had that problem all last year. Where she would just like randomly poop on the floor in the middle of the night. Thankfully that hasn't happened since we got a new litter box. Oh wait, that's not true. It did happen after we got the new litter box when the litter was a little too low. So we like make sure to top it up every other day. Just a little bit to keep the levels high. She's so picky. The older she gets, I swear. Cats are so funny, right? I don't think these sleeves are supposed to be see-through, so I'll ignore those lines. I'm still using the 0.5 by the way. Sometimes it's easier to get the less mistakes when you use the like the smallest. Not always though. But right now I'm having some pretty good luck with this one. I have to put in the tiny little fingernails. These details seem like normal sized when I did it digitally. And then I go and print it out and I'm like, whoa. Those are tiny details. We might have to end the stream soon because I'm starting to get a backache. I don't want to over push myself. I'm really glad my husband's leaving work already though. I got so used to him being home. It's kind of funny because it's a very different contrast. I remember at the beginning of the pandemic I would see a few people who are artists complain like they're not used to their spouse being home so often. And I can kind of understand that. But for me, I love it. Like, I honestly couldn't get enough of him. I want him home all the time. But it might just be the way we are is different, because like we met, you know, long distance, so when he's not actually home, I'm not used to it anymore, and it's like really sad. Or maybe I'm just codependent, you know. That could be it too. I just try to do this skirt first, at least. We're so close to the end though. It's like, push myself and finish it, or just like stop and take a break. You know, I should stop and take a break. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop. We're gonna relax. We can chat for a few more minutes. I can always finish the rest. I mean, it's not a lot of lines. We just had to finish this and the legs, and this drawing's finished. And then I just need to figure out where I wanted to place the signature. And I'll probably go over it again and look for areas where I can add more line weight to make everything look a bit more punchy. And then I don't know what will happen, like next week. Oh shoot, I just dropped the drawing. Next week we'll either be finishing the last line art, or we'll be moving on to color already. It depends on if I have a chance to do the line art of the plant witch before next week. My husband is unemployed. I'd love for him to go to work. No, you're just in love. I think it's sweet. Oh, thank you. That's so funny. Please leave the house, please. It's too funny. But yeah, so either next week we'll start the color, or we'll do one last line art. It's been going pretty good. I think you guys have been really good for me these last 2 weeks. Like I've been able to push through and get quite a lot of line art done. I would say this one I see more mistakes than my last week's one, but I think it'll be fine. It's just small things. And a lot of small things, like you can really cover them up with color and you won't even notice it later. So you actually make more of a mistake, or more of a mess, if you try to clean it up beforehand, which is something I learned the hard way. But yeah, come and hang out with me again and see me again next week. I would love that. We're going to be streaming again every Friday from like 1 p.m. Singapore time. We'll be here, so check the world clock and see what time that is for you. And yeah, more witches to come. If you haven't already, do join my Discord. Check out my Patreon. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. All that good stuff. It was really fun talking with you guys this week. I've been enjoying it. I've seen more new people the last few weeks, and I've been really loving that. I love talking with you guys. Please go out. Sounds good. Okay, cool. And also, like, anyone who's watching, if you ever have any suggestions for names or anything you want to suggest for these girls, I'm still super open to that. I haven't actually assigned names for these girls yet. I have ideas, but I haven't actually done it yet, so it's still open if you guys have any suggestions. And yeah, thank you guys so much again for hanging out with me. I hope to see you again next week. And I don't know what else to say, so I guess I'll just end the stream. Hopefully I'll have some more videos in the future too. We'll see how this week goes. I hope this week's going to be more productive than last week. Here's hoping. I hope I give everyone productive vibes. Productive vibes. Calming vibes for people who need it too. Giving you all the good vibes. So yeah, okay. See you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a good rest of your evening or rest of your day. Okay, bye everyone. Bye. Bye. You have a good weekend too, Luna. Have a good weekend, Karina, also. And Photoshop if you're still here. Yeah, thanks everyone. Bye.